The Canadian Transportation Agency found that Sunwing Airlines broke multiple rules during a series of flight disruptions that stemmed from an ice storm last April.
You get us back to the airport now. Do you want to come in here? We're about to call 911.
CityNews brought you a number of stories last year of frustrated passengers stuck, stranded for hours in airports and on tarmacs without answers or support from the airline. Now the CTA says while the weather was out of Sunwing's control, their decisions to continue operations as normal caused a domino effect across flights in Toronto and Montreal. The report noted that the Greater Toronto Airports Authority had requested the airline reduce their operations because of the extraordinary weather. But instead, Sunwing continued as normal and did not cancel or reschedule any of its flights. The CTA investigated 579 complaints related to Sunwing disruptions between April 14th and 18th, 2018. The report indicates that 77 Sunwing flights were delayed more than 4 hours, where only some passengers received meal vouchers. 43 flights were delayed more than 8 hours, and again, only some individuals were offered hotels. 15 flights were delayed on the tarmac for more than 90 minutes, where all but one failed to allow passengers to disembark, and all of this was contrary to regulations. The report also finds that not all passengers were clearly informed of Sunwing's refund policy and weren't told they could cancel their trips altogether and be reimbursed. One air passenger rights advocate we spoke with says despite the report's findings, he's not hopeful the airline will be punished.
The Canadian Transportation Agency's current record is dismal when it comes to enforcement. They don't hold airlines accountable. Even for very serious misleading of the public, they don't issue fines. And when fines are issued, they are not being collected. So we have a significant concern that whatever rules and regulations may be in place, they become worthless and they are not worth the paper they're written on because of shortcomings of the enforcement. You may remember in the air transit case, they announced with big media that they fined air transit almost $300,000, but on the same day, they waived the fine.
Now, Sunwing has until February 5th to dispute the CTA's findings, and passengers with complaints can also reply to Sunwing's response by February 13th before a final decision on the case is made. Now, we did reach out to Sunwing, but they say they will wait until the final ruling before commenting.